Ah, dating. You scroll through hundreds of profiles at night hoping to find your perfect hottie. Then, there they are, hot as ever, 10 out of 10. They may even have a great personality, but that's not important. You're chatting it up with them for a good while, and you're even imagining your wedding. Then, all of a sudden, there's silence. No response, left on red. Welcome to modern dating, a shallow, transactional, soul-crushing activity that leaves you more lonelier than when you started. Dating back in the day was man see pretty girl, man ask girl out, then marry to have 11 children. Now it's text the same pickup line to hundreds of people on a dating app hoping to see that something bites. But wait, this isn't what we were told dating would be. Our parents talked about casually meeting someone in a store and then going on to having years of a beautiful marriage. That might have been true back then, but data shows that people are not marrying like they used to. Marriage rates have plummeted from 78% in 1949 all the way to 46.8% in 2022. Gen Z were raised on happily ever afters, but woke up in a world of ghosting and swiping where love is turned into a game and sincerity feels rare. The dating scene has evolved to be mostly digital, where we're able to scroll through hundreds of profiles of eligible or not so eligible bachelors and bachelorettes. Thousands of videos these days revolve around the idea that dating sucks.
Is anyone else just tired of dating? I literally just sat in my car for 20 minutes crying because I'm so tired of pointless conversations and meaningless interactions with people that go absolutely nowhere.
People are hopeless, wondering if they'll ever find their partner and if love is truly dead. If dating's supposed to bring us closer, why does it feel like it's leaving more people alone and breaking families instead of building them? Let's get into it. Love hasn't always been the foundation of relationships. Historically, marriage was a practical agreement used to secure wealth and continue a bloodline. But today we believe that relationships should be built on emotional connection, mutual respect, and, most of all, love. So why does modern dating feel so loveless? We crave deep emotional bonds, yet the process is shaped by convenience, comparison, and ambiguity. Apps encourage surface level attraction, not meaningful connections. We say we want love, but we're swiping like we're shopping, judging people based off of their photos and their bios rather than their values and their compatibility. Let's say you matched with someone who you think is promising, but before replying, you copied their name and ran a quick search on Google, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Not to connect, but to verify, to protect yourself. That moment right there tells us everything. We're not just dating, we're investigating. Wait, let me search my name. Okay, I'm actually scared now. A lot of my stuff is on the internet, even the fanfic that I made back in high school on Wattpad. Did you know that 80% of dating apps may share or sell your personal information to data brokers for advertising? All those little terms and conditions that we get when we first sign up for an app and we just swipe right past them, maybe we should read them. All these sites say privacy not included in tiny little letters, so you're unknowingly signing yourself up to have your data sold. They're selling your info without your consent to scammers and even stalkers. Sure, you can ask the app to remove your info, but these apps make it really difficult for you to do that. And today's sponsor, Aura, does all that for you. They remove your info from all these sites that you signed up for. It's like your personal data bodyguard. You don't want your info out there like that. Aura alerts you if your info is found on the dark web or if there's any fraud. They have VPN, antivirus, password manager, and other cool security services. Aura will protect your data 24/7, 365 days a year. And let me give you guys a heads up. You can try Aura for 14 days for free. Click the link in the description box to try out Aura, and it's also a cool way to help out my channel as well. Now back to the video. Dating apps are predatory, preying on the lonely. They try to get you to invest more time and money into the app. They do this on the low by using a bit of psychology. Even Aaron Hansen wouldn't be able to catch these predators.
Bro, dating apps aren't broken, they're working exactly as they're supposed to. Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, they don't want you to connect. They just want you to swipe and swipe. That's how they make money. They don't want real connection because if they find real connections on that app, then you'll get off of it. So duh, it's an endless swiping game.
And these dating apps are preying on this function of like, are you sure you want what's behind this door when you can have what's behind this door? I'm pretty sure that was like a human that was psychology 101. Like, I'm gonna be so honest with you. And they're just like preying on that as an app, and they're gamifying a very natural human function of how men and women and humans and literally everyone relate to each other and get their needs met with one another.
One might get desperate enough to spend as much time as it takes or pay as much as it takes to find their match. Introducing Tinder's Select membership, where you can pay $500 per month to match with the top ranking profiles. Isn't that the best membership? It only costs as much as a car payment, not to mention it doesn't work. So let's say you buy this membership, you're not even guaranteed to go on a date with these so-called top members. Capitalism has gone so far to even make dating a business. Our attention spans have gone down significantly. Back in the day, we would spend hours playing with sticks, and now when the Wi-Fi goes out for 2 minutes, we're ready to set the whole place on fire. In a recent survey of nearly 3,000 US adults, 45% of millennials said technology has made them more impatient than they were 5 years ago. We want things immediately, and we want a connection immediately. Because of that, we're quick to move on to the next person the minute we don't feel that spark. But people fail to realize that that spark can take time to see in a person. There's so many different factors. Maybe they're nervous, maybe they're having a bad day, but instead of thinking about that possibility, we're ready to move on. Like for a like, follow for a follow, we're living in the age of transaction.
This world and society has been built and so full of transactional relationships. It's like you got to do for me before I could do for you type of thing.
Many articles have been posted explaining that feeling that our relationships are now transactional. We only hang out for an Instagram pic and we keep track of everything, Venmoing each other for every little thing. In the article titled, "I Feel Like My Friendships Are Becoming More Transactional" by Shivani Dubey, she mentioned a Twitter user named Joe who shared his experience with a transactional friend. Joe said, "I have a friend who counted how many mozzarella sticks I had compared to what he had and divided the $10 appetizer accordingly. It's insane." The transactional culture has also extended to dating as well. Many have gotten used to transactions that we constantly are asking each other what we bring to the table. People are also increasingly tracking effort, who planned the last date, who paid, who texted first. Emotional support is sometimes offered with strings attached. That kind of conditional affection turns relationships into subscription models. Platforms like Seeking and OnlyFans have normalized explicit exchanges of intimacy for financial or material gain, making the transactional nature of some relationships more visible and accepted. You see videos on how to become a trophy wife, where the woman acts as though she is a status symbol for the man in exchange for money. Or videos made by passport bros that go to other countries to pay for a woman's body. The popularity of these sorts of transactional relationships have even encouraged regular, average people to participate in this lifestyle. Some even go as far as to consider this type of relationship as the norm or something that we should strive for.
Relationships must be transactional, and if they're not transactional, that means somebody is a succubi and they're feeding off of you. They're taking away your energy if it's not transactional.
We've become the generation of self-focus, always chasing happiness and success. While there's nothing wrong with valuing yourself, we've also blurred the line between empowerment and isolation. When personal gain becomes the only goal, relationships turn into transactions. Gone are the days of heartfelt gestures and handwritten letters, the kind of courtship that took effort, intention, and vulnerability. Now it's, she's too high maintenance, or he better pay for everything. Dating has been reduced to convenience, as if a genuine connection is just too expensive to afford emotionally. Red pill gurus and femininity coaches flood YouTube with selfish advice. They brand it as empowerment, but in reality, it's emotional capitalism. Teaching people to extract rather than to invest, and teaching people to win rather than to connect.
Get you an old man. They'll pay.
Older men, they give you a lot of money. The older, the better. And say you 20-something.
We've forgotten that relationships are not supposed to be convenient or efficient. They're supposed to matter. We value convenience so much that we've seen more situationships pop up. This is a relationship where you do everything that a traditional couple does, only you're not officially dating. Sounds so great, huh? We've gotten to the point now where we could lead someone on for months, develop some sort of connection and some sort of emotional attachment to somebody, and then say, well, we weren't even dating in the first place. They want to have their freedom, but at the same time tie someone else down with their emotions. Doesn't make any sense.
A situationship is a situation to one person and nothing to the other. And
it sure is.
And what you have to realize that is when something is nothing to somebody, they don't feel a pressure to end it because they don't care about you. It's like if they're like, all right, I'll hang out with this person tonight, I don't really care, I don't have any feelings about it, you can never expect them to end it because they don't care.
Femininity Coach's most popular tip is to master the skill of detachment. What is that, you may ask? It's where a person reduces their emotional dependence on their partner, ultimately putting some distance in the relationship. It's the mentality that no matter what someone else does, I will not be affected because I was not attached to them. In theory, this is a nice skill to have, especially if you're somebody that imprints on someone like a newborn puppy. You get easily attached.
I am very detached. I never think that that person has to stay with me forever. I do not get attached to those things. If those things leave, I am not completely shattered.
Yeah, so she makes some really good points there. You don't want to be so attached to the point that you set yourself up for failure.
That could be a good thing and a bad thing. We're humans. We want to allow ourselves to fill our heart with love. And so there's a risk. If you detach yourself, are you really putting your 100% out there?
The issue with detachment is that it leads to emotional numbness, to where you start to not care about anything or anyone. You approach relationships in a cold and calculated way. True intimacy requires openness, empathy, and vulnerability, and detachment can block all of those. And don't detach from this video just yet. I want to talk to you guys about Love Island for a bit. Our looks have been a factor since the dawn of time. It's a part of the natural selection process. Even our grandparents were looking for a hottie. In today's time, the focus on superficial things have been amplified. All over social media, we fawn over the Instagram baddies, the hot actors, streamers, you name it. If they look good, we're all over it. Superficial things have become the thing to desire. So much so that we might risk our lives and our wallets to get plastic surgery to become beautiful. We even rate ourselves on a scale of 1 to 10. Love Island shows how shallow dating has become. People on the show are mostly picked for how they look, not who they are. From the start, looks matter more than an emotional connection, and viewers are voting based on the person's popularity and their appearance. Please do not use Love Island as your dating guide. The contestants are not looking to find real love, they're looking to find more followers. The cast often says that they're just seeing where things go, or we're just trying this out, but really they're just jumping from person to person.
I hate that it's on the air. I hate the messaging that it's sending to these younger women. And while we all have free will to not engage in it, it's really sad to me that all of the lust that's being on this show is the messaging that's being sent in terms of what will help you find love or the right kind of love. It's extremely toxic.
Twists like Casa Amor and quick eliminations push for fast, fake relationships. What ends up happening is that people are just acting like they care just to stay on the show. The dating crisis is real. If you've been feeling like it's hard to find your person and that dating sucks, you're not alone. Here's what you can do to make your time dating a little bit better. Use dating apps sparingly. Don't ditch them completely. There's still a chance that dating apps can help you find your partner. It's just that that chance is very low. According to the Pew Research Center, approximately 10% of partnered adults in the US met their spouse or partner through a dating site or app. Now, how you use those dating apps is important. Now, here's the trick. Don't spend all day scrolling through the dating apps to find your match. Once you find a couple of people, just a few people that you think may be promising, go ahead and give them your Google Voice number. I say this for two reasons. First, if you give someone your Google Voice number, it's not your actual number, so you are protected. If someone doesn't end up being a good person, you're protected. You haven't actually given out your real phone number. And second, it gets you off the app and limits your choices. One of the biggest problems is that we always feel like there's something else better out there. We have hundreds of thousands of people to be able to pick from, and because of that we go into interactions knowing that there's a bunch of different people that we could choose from.
Think more options in dating apps mean better matches? It turns out that the opposite is true. A recent study found that if you swipe through more than 30 profiles in one sitting, you're 40% less likely to be satisfied with your matches. It's called choice overload, and it leaves us feeling less happy with our decisions. So the next time you're swiping, try limiting yourself so you actually might find someone you like more.
But getting off the dating app and talking somewhere else, that method actually helps helps us take more time with the person, take more time to get to know the person. And another recommendation that I have is just to have faith. Every rejection that you get, every time something doesn't work out, that is just one more step closer that you are to finding your match. Treat people as though that they are people, like we live in the real world. Do not take all these advice from the red pill men or the femininity coaches on YouTube. For women, you may actually have to start planning some dates. You might have to put some effort in. For men, you're probably gonna have to start considering people's personality, not just the looks. The dating game might just be in a transitional stage where we're learning how to navigate and adapt to dating in a digital world. The pessimist in me thinks that we might start seeing companies capitalize on the need for genuine connections. We might start seeing dating apps advertise a subscription where it guarantees you a date with a genuine person, not a bot or somebody that's looking for a fling. Just keep the faith and know that there are still people out there that are looking for a genuine connection. It just takes some time to find them. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to give this video a big thumbs up. That does help me out a lot. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on the whole modern dating? Do you think that true love is actually dead? What are your tips on how to navigate this weird modern dating world? Let me know in the comment section down below and I will reply. Also consider subscribing to the channel so you guys never miss a beat on when I post. I do have more videos coming out for you guys, so stay tuned. Take care and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.